Hello and welcome to Nuclear Everywhere, where we'll explore the concept of repowering our society, top to bottom, with tiny nuclear microreactors. I'm Joshua Goldstein. I'll be your guide on this exploration. I'm an international relations professor, the co-writer of the film Nuclear Now, and I'm here today at my old school, MIT, to interview Professor Jacopo Buongiorno, who is the originator of the concept Nuclear Everywhere. We noticed on our way in that you have a nuclear reactor in your backyard here at MIT.
Yeah, so it is a small nuclear reactor. We don't use it for power generation, so we don't convert that part of that heat into electricity. And it's a research reactor. From the outside, all you see is a big dome, a metallic dome with concrete as well. And that's what we call the containment structure. So that's sort of the external shell of the reactor, and then within that external shell you have the reactor proper, so to speak, which is a pool of water. And at the bottom of that pool of water you have a number of what we call fuel assemblies. That's where uranium goes, and that's where the magic occurs. That's where the self-sustaining chain reaction takes place. The truth is that not much happens, which is good news. The reactor runs steady for months at a time, and all they have to do is just monitor and make sure that it's running properly. I never heard of any sort of pushback by the city of Cambridge about this reactor. We are a good citizen of the city.
This is proof that you can locate nuclear reactors close to people. I mean, close to a major research university and a huge biotech industry and all of this.
Not close to a major research university, within, on campus, smack in the middle of Cambridge. Yeah.
Right.
Not that large reactors are not safe. They're very safe, but they're not necessarily suitable for placing them within a city. Submarines, everybody knows, are pretty tight environments for obvious reasons, right? You're within a tube underwater. There's not a lot of space. And all submarines in the United States are powered by nuclear reactors. So imagine this: you have a crew of 100 people, whatever the number is, within a sealed tube underwater for months at a time, and they're literally living and working next to a nuclear reactor.
So we have nuclear reactors on college campuses. We have nuclear reactors sealed up with 100 people underwater. So it leads to the idea of nuclear everywhere.
While for the past 6 decades or so, we've been using nuclear reactors only as grid-connected electricity generators. If we go smaller, one can think microreactors, down 2 orders of magnitude in the power output and physical size, something that generates 5, 10, 15, 20 megawatts as opposed to 1,000 megawatts. Then all of a sudden you can co-locate them with users that need that energy and create a very efficient integrated system, because you're bypassing the need for major transmission and distribution. And so what could these end uses be if it's not the grid, right? Well, almost anything and everything you can think of that requires energy, in principle, could be powered by very, very small reactors. There is growing interest in process heat. So again, chemical plants or steel making or cement making. These are processes that require heat at certain temperatures, and that's factories is one, desalination plants, chemical plants is another biggie. Remote communities, right? If you're far from the grid, at the moment, you don't have a lot of options for electricity. Most likely you're using diesel generators, but diesel generators the fuel is expensive and it's very polluting. Similar in mining sites, military bases. You're looking at demonstration before the end of the decade. So a few years away. There is no doubt that large reactors are the most efficient way to make large amounts of electricity for the grid. So definitely a role there. And then on the microreactor side, of course, all the applications and all the sectors that we talked about earlier. Anything disconnected from the grid or that requires heat and electricity, then the microreactors would make a ton of sense. And let's hope it does happen, because I think it's a technology that we need, and it's so versatile, and it can really sort of have a big impact in terms of decarbonization, energy security, and affordability across all different sectors of the economy.
That's it for this episode of Nuclear Everywhere. Here at MIT, I'm Joshua Goldstein. Next time, we'll travel around New England and explore the possibilities for repowering our society with nuclear microreactors. See you then.